What is going on, guys? It's Noah here with Custom RC Mods. Welcome back to the channel. Now with today's episode, I've got day 2 of my 3-pack a day experiment in the Liftoff simulator. Now I tried to be a little bit more persistent in making these videos, but here we are a month after my first episode. And yeah, but we're getting back on the train, and hopefully I'll be able to publish one of these every couple of days because I do fly in the simulator quite regularly, and obviously it's not too hard just to throw on my webcam and my microphone and just kind of talk to you guys about what I'm doing. Anyways, in today's episode, we're going to be focusing on a trick that I just really don't have a lot of real world experience with, which is wall rides. I tend to fly in a more natural environment, meaning that I'm flying around trees and bushes, and I really don't do a lot of flying around concrete or metal wall-like structures. So again, not a lot of opportunities to do this in the real world. Most of my flying takes place over grass, meaning that my quads don't really take a lot of damage because it's just a very soft impact when something like that happens. So I'm really trying to get better and better in the simulator so I can transition that to the real world when I go out to an office park or a warehouse type location like here in the Hanover map in Liftoff. And then I can obviously be better, and I will hopefully crash and break things less. Let's go ahead and jump into the simulator. I've got my Radiomaster TX16S hooked up to the computer here, and we're going to get into it. Alright, so like I said, we're here in Hanover. I'm going to go ahead and take off, and we're just going to take a few seconds to get acclimated with the quad that we're flying and of course the map that we're flying in. The nice thing about Hanover is that it has these huge, big warehouse walls that are great for wall rides. And there's also a nice little run up here. I'm going to call it the runway just because that's where we're going to take off into the wall rides. It's at about a 45-degree angle into the wall ride that we're going to do right here on this wall in particular. But essentially, the way I'm going to do this is we're going to start off by coming in at the wall from a steeper angle, so from this 45-degree angle, and then as we approach and hit this white line right here, this first white line on the road, we're going to go ahead and just shallow out our angle of attack a little bit down to meet up with the wall and ride it kind of like so. So from there, essentially what this is doing is the initial runway, the initial steeper angle is going to give us the glue that we need to go ahead and stick to the wall. That's going to give us the angular velocity towards the wall to stick to it. And then of course the shallow angle of attack that we're going to go ahead and adjust to is the kind of element that's going to give us the speed that we need to stick onto the wall and travel down the wall thoroughly. Hopefully that makes sense. Those two different elements will give us two pieces of momentum in different directions that will help us accomplish the wall ride. So let's just start off by going down the wall, the runway here and towards the wall. And really what we're doing is we're just going to add some power and roll up the wall, and then as we fall down we can roll back. It's not too complicated. You can really just do this with the throttle and the roll stick if you really wanted to, but you do want to give it a little bit of yaw towards the wall to actually, what that's going to do is it's going to give you a little bit more bite into the wall so you don't just stay at that fixed distance. So if we're just at the fixed distance, we're going to run up parallel to the wall. We're just going to go up and we're going to kind of go up on the side. That was a sloppy way of demonstrating that. We're going to kind of go up and up on the side, and we really won't be able to stick up on the wall. However, if you feed a little bit of yaw towards the wall in there, you will be able to actually stick on a little bit better. So I'm yawing towards the wall as I'm going up, and that's going to help you, along with of course just getting in general close proximity to it a little bit better. But that's really where it's important to have that angular velocity coming in from that 45-degree angle, because that's again what's going to keep you stuck to the wall. So as we route down on back to our wall right here, you can see we're going to come in, shallow out the angle, a little bit of add yaw in the opposite direction of the roll. So essentially what we're doing is we're doing a horizon level roll up onto the wall. You can see when you do a normal roll, you're going to lose the horizon if you're just using the roll stick. That's why you use the yaw stick in the different direction to keep the horizon level during your roll, if that makes sense. That's essentially what we're doing, just to keep everything proportional as we travel up and down the wall. So again, one last time. Up on the wall, get nice and close. You can use the throttle if you feel like you're getting too close to kind of blip yourself off the wall. And by all means, please do this with caution, especially if you're learning this in real life at like an office park or something like that. You can definitely get hit with some charges for damages if you accidentally break through the glass, which would not be good. So yeah, I think that pretty much explains the most basic wall ride, but you really, I mean, that's a building block to what else you can do and how else you can add this to your freestyle flow. The next variation of the wall ride we're going to talk about is the JohnnyFPV reverse wall ride, which looks a little bit something like that. And essentially, you're going to come onto the wall and do a little bit of a yaw spin as you're going up. So you're going to do half of the yaw spin, so 90 degrees of the yaw spin while you're on the ground, and 90 degrees of the yaw spin when you're up on the wall. So I'll go ahead and demonstrate this a few times just to kind of get it up in your head. Essentially, what you're doing is you're going to go ahead and start doing it the same way. And then now, well, down here on the ground, we're going to start traveling sideways. So you're going to yaw spin 90 degrees and start traveling parallel to the wall. So again, we're coming in. Now we're going to yaw and travel sideways. And then you're going to go ahead and boost up the wall and continue your yaw spin up onto the wall as you kind of rotate up. So you're going to obviously, as you're going backwards, your roll is going to be reversed since you're traveling backwards. In order to get up the wall, you're going to have to roll, in this case, a little bit to the left to get your quad oriented up the wall, just like so. And then you can complete your yaw spin by yawing a little bit to the left as well. So let's try that again here. You're going to come in sideways a little bit. And then once you're up on the wall, you can give it a little bit of yaw just to make it backwards. And depending on how you do this, you can really make this look nice and smooth. In cinematic, if you saw that initial clip that JohnnyFPV has posted at that office park at sunset, I would contribute that clip to getting so many people alone into the hobby just from that, because seriously, that clip is super, super awesome and inspired me to really get better at my yaw spins. So from there, as you can see, you can really add this to your freestyle flow. And this is really where it's up to you to kind of write the script of what your wall rides are going to look like. You can go into the reverse wall ride and then sort of yaw back out of it. So you can do essentially a wall ride 360. You can go up on the wall, kind of come down. I'm getting awful close to the wall there. And then you can really do a lot just with these up and over and things like that as you go along. There's really unlimited possibilities. Sometimes what I like to do is just go up and start jamming the sticks around and just see what happens and see where I end up. You can flow into different corners of the building, and like I said, from here it's up to you to write the script on what this is going to look like. You've got the basic framework of how to get up and down onto the wall, both forwards and backwards. And from there, just like a flip or a roll or a yaw spin, you can use all those different elements to build them together into a new trick. I'm kind of, hit the wall there. Yeah, that was destined to end poorly just because I was out 2 motors there, but you kind of get the point, guys. That's about it. That's really all that I've learned so far on wall rides. And again, I don't really have a lot of in-person experience with this, just because I have not, mustered up the confidence to go over to my local office park and bash my quad all over their windows and, smash motors in the parking lot as I come down. So definitely proceed with caution. This is something you really want to learn in the simulator if you want to break less parts, spend less money, things like that. But once you've learned this skill, it can be extremely instrumental for doing different tricks, even in normal freestyle flow. I mean, essentially what you've learned is you've learned a sideways yaw spin, just like that. So you're kind of doing a yaw spin up at a 90-degree angle. So pretending like there's an imaginary wall right at the end of this road, we're going to go like this, that. Kind of get the point. There's really a lot you can do with this, and that's why I love wall rides so much. Again, although I really haven't done too many in person besides just here in Hanover. So that about wraps things up for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this content, maybe found it helpful or at least entertaining. If you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to Custom RC Mods for similar content coming out every single day. If you guys have any questions about this video or RC in general, I'd be happy to field those down in the comment section below. Video ideas, requests, anything like that, I'd be happy. I'm all game to talk shop about that stuff. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.